Happy Wednesday, everyone. How are you doing on this Wednesday? I know here in the Metro Detroit area, we are getting that heat that I love, right? And you hear that jazz in the background with the heat, letting us know it is truly summertime. So get ready to enjoy yourselves here in the Metro Detroit area and everywhere where you might be. I am your host, Dr. Sonia Weaver. Welcome to Get to Know Bob. And if you have been tuning in, you know that we are going to have an amazing conversation with the authors of the amazing book anthology, Unleashed. And that I won't be by myself on these conversations. That was a bit of tea that was spilled last week. If you missed it, then go back and check out the episode with the amazing chiefess, Dr. Silent Storm herself. That conversation was fire. So you definitely want to make sure you go back and listen to it, watch it, share it, do all that good stuff if you have not watched. Now, if you have watched, go ahead and watch it again, right? We already watch reruns that come on TV. It's nothing wrong with watching a good conversation again, because you might catch something that you missed the first time. But as we progress on tonight's show, I am just so excited about everything that's about to happen, that's about to transpire. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring on our co-host for the evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm awesome and amazing. Thank you for having me back on here. This is amazing.
Of course, of course. Now, I want you to take the time, in case people missed it, to go ahead and do a self-introduction of who you are. And then just share a little bit about why are you excited about our conversations?
Absolutely. So I'm Chiefess Dr. Silent Storm, and I really got started in 2016 after my father's suicide. And I just realized that I needed to find myself, and because I could easily become like him. And so I've been, in the community doing the work, helping support, finding resources, and elevating other professional, amazing people. I've used my platform on Expose Under the Sun to showcase people interview style. And I do coach leaders in the community and beyond. And I'm a nation builder. So with that said, I love what I do. I'm a servant for God. I'm a minister. And all glory goes to God for putting me in position to use my light to help bring other leaders along for this ride. And I'm really excited for this because God placed on my heart that I was to lead an anthology for women to unleash us all, and starting with myself, because I was walking around with an invisible collar. And so it's so freeing to now have a tribe of women that are going along for the same transformation. And now we've literally broken those chains. And so what happens after we break those chains, right? We have to become new. So that's where the coaching comes in. We have a number of new platforms onboarding. You have agreed to be one of our new Unleashed masterclass teachers. So
Spilling some tea
it's
already.
yes. So I'm just so excited what God is doing. It was totally a setup for myself as well as everyone else. Like I told you last week, I said you were set up, but I was set up as well. So God gets all the glory in this process. But I'm excited for this conversation with Dr. VerTongie. And it's amazing to see where we've come, because even
Yes,
yourself in the beginning would just observe the morning calls and not say a lot. And now look at where we are.
exactly. Also, good evening. Miss Barbara Biggs, my mother, has joined. She said, good evening
Hello.
to you, Dr. Chiefess Silent Storm,
Good
and
evening.
says congratulations as well. I want to make sure I put it up so people know. If you missed that conversation, it was on Wednesday, June 4th. So it wasn't quite last week, a couple weeks ago. So in case you're out there searching, it was from Wednesday, June 4th, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is what it will be registered under. But we're having an amazing conversation tonight. I can't wait to get into it.
Yes.
But
Time is
we
flying.
I
Wow.
know, right? So I got to make sure I keep us on track. But before I do, now you've mentioned some of the things in which you work with. So I find it important that people kind of know. So it says right here that
Yes.
class is in session. Tell us
Always.
about what exactly do you offer and what do you do?
Sure. So I offer a combination of spiritual mindset and business classes and coaching. And so whether you want to elevate or just rebrand, I'm a visionary. So when you kind of paint the picture of where you want to be, I'll put you in position to elevate you into my circle, my platform, my networks, which I've worked so hard over the last years to do so. And some people just need that opportunity to get in front of the right people. So through coaching, it's elevation. I work with a lot of different people in the community that just need that support. As leaders, we don't have a support system for ourselves because we're the ones out there supporting everyone else. So I've made it my business to incorporate that into my coaching. So if you coach with me, Dr. Sonia, I would be like, oh, it's time for you to go to a spa day. You've been working so hard. There's no breaks and you have to rejuvenate your spirit. So like I said, it's a combination of spiritual mindset and business. And it's truly remarkable. There's master classes that are getting ready to start, and God has really hand selected those. And so there's an app that we're going to be onboarding, and it's just amazing to see the elevation. And I've had some other members who have gone through the program that recently received their doctorate, so helping them position to get qualified for an honorary doctorate, and so much more. You just have to come and find out.
You have to have you
It's
have to
not
be a
cookie
part
cutter,
of the
that's for sure.
experience. Sometimes it's difficult to articulate everything that you get, but you have to kind of sometimes experience it to really understand just the impact that it's having. So one
Absolutely.
thing that I would say is when you talk about the community and connections and involvement, it is really about making those connections with people. And
Hmm.
what happened for us is we had, relationships with different people within the community and our paths hadn't crossed until
Yes.
that one faithful evening where we actually got introduced to one another. And what I love is at this stage in my journey or this stage in my business, so to speak. I don't know about you, but early on, it just seems like you had to weed out people that were like attaching to you, let you know who you had to like have discernment against. But as you built true relationships with people, it's kind of different when they connect you to someone because it's almost like, okay, if they're connecting me to someone, then
Hmm.
9 times out of 10 I don't have to worry about it being messy. I don't have to worry about the
Yes.
intentions being ill-willed against me and those kind of things. So case in point, when we were introduced, it's been like magic ever since.
Yes. It's been what, 2 or 3 years? Two, maybe?
At least two, and this might be going into the third. I really
Yes.
don't know for sure because I'm telling you,
Well,
one
you've
other thing
seen, I
happens when you
thought
get
last
with.
week was the fourth, so don't trust my judgment.
Yes, I said even though I still have a lot of black, there's a lot of grays up in here, and I have a tendency to time just go so quickly
It
now.
sure does.
Yes, but I definitely will say it has been an introduction that I have cherished. I have enjoyed the growth that I have gained from being around you. Just within myself, some things that you were able to see that I wasn't able to see. And that comes too from people coming into your life at these certain stages,
Absolutely.
people who have been very close to you, like even when you were younger, before you start doing your purpose or your passion, they know a lot of you then. So
Mhm.
they may not see truly what is needed at that stage as someone who's coming in, getting to know you. They see all this newness of you,
Yeah.
and it
Yes.
kind of reminds me of when Christ said that he had to go back to his to other places because his hometown didn't receive him. It's like they knew him, of the son of the carpenter and all this stuff. And how can you say you're this? We know you as that.
Mhm.
But So it's kind of there where other people may not, who know me, know I'm a good person, all that, but may not see this additional thing in me.
Yeah, and I can see that. The thing about business is people are not going to do business with you if they don't know you. And so what I've crafted is building the relationship part, and then it's like a matchmaking, and it's all about timing. And so I've
Mm-hmm.
cultivated all these relationships, and it just so happens to be like this past year plus that it's all connecting, and people see, oh yes, okay, this is what she does, and they can kind of vouch for you. And then what we've created is a community. We're all together in the same circle, ironically. So it's easy now for us to say, hey, you know what? I have an event. Let's call Dr. Sani, because her and her mother do beautiful work, in therapy and cultivating the healing. And we just it's intimate. So we got to know each other, and now we get to do this on a bigger scale.
Yes, which is exciting. Very, very exciting. And I am so glad that we have an opportunity. I do want those who are watching, because we do have people that are tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning
Yes,
in.
welcome.
If you can do me a favor, if you want to, go ahead and drop a comment so that I know who's all watching. But hey, if you feel shy, you don't have to, but encourage other people to get on in on this conversation. We are having a tad bit of technical difficulty, but I see she's back. Okay. So we're getting to the point in the show where we are going to acknowledge our conversation for tonight. As you know, we are unleashed. That is our main focus, of being unleashed. And this book anthology is packed with some amazing, amazing women, right, who are doing amazing work in the community. And Dr. VerTongie Bailey is no different, right? She is a powerhouse to be reckoned with. So we are excited to feature her on tonight's conversation. Welcome to the conversation.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
I am great, and I'm thanking God for being able to be in this platform with you guys. I know that when God puts people together, it's for a reason, and I know that God, there's a method to it, and I know that within our stories and how we're put together, it's going to heal and help other people. So I am so thankful to God, and I'm thankful for you, young ladies.
Oh, I love that. Yes, I
Awesome.
am a young lady.
Yeah,
Thank
I was
you.
like, oh yeah, I'm glad you think we're young.
Exactly. So, hey, Dr. Britannia, you've been on this platform before, so you know exactly what I do and why I do it.
Hmm.
I need for you to take an opportunity as I pass this baton your way for you to self introduce. Tell us who you are, what you do, and then why you do what you do.
I am the mother of Hezekiah Bailey and Zachariah Bailey. Hezekiah is my youngest son who is living with autism. And initially, when he was diagnosed at 4 years old, I asked God why. But then later on, I said, why not me? And then you can't have a testimony without a test. And I figured this journey that I was going on, it will be able to help and heal some other parents along the way. So I am so thankful that I have found peace and strength in this journey to help my son heal, overcome, and to become what God wants him to be. I know we still have some days, and I know that things are going to happen the way they should happen.
Yes, yes. So, for those who do not know, um, Dr. Britanji is a wonderful, first off, mom, educator, but she has walked her life. And what I mean by that is, being a mom of someone on the autism spectrum, I can relate because I too have a son on the spectrum. And I remember meeting Dr. Britanji the first time, and her son was with her. I I opted to be a little bit different because my son, he just was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So rather than force him to, that was my choice. But what I admired and what motivated me from it was that Hezekiah was right there. And in the beginning, she'll let you know
Mm-hmm.
that it wasn't easy. But I can see how him being around has definitely became more normal, even though he does what he needs to for his sensory. But the fact that he's
Mm-hmm.
around, people expect to see him because he's out. Now, tell me the testimony. I got to hear the testimony about the next. Well, you know what? This will be the perfect segment. I'm sorry. This will be the perfect time to take a break because the first interlude comes from Linked, and then you can share a little bit about your son. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll be right back.
All right.
Linked, where we create meaningful, bonding experiences through beading events for all occasions. Our mission is to bring people together intentionally, allowing them to spend quality time, connect deeply, and create lasting memories, one bead at a time. Linked offers many beading events such as bridal events, corporate team building events, birthday celebrations, groups and organizations, and much more. It's bridal season. Linked will capture moments you will cherish forever. You will have a beautiful custom bracelet keepsake to remember the time shared. Brides get to spend a day with their family and friends prior to the wedding. The bride can create a custom design bracelet in the wedding colors for her bridesmaids to wear on the wedding day, and Linked will provide the complimentary earrings to match. Let's make your day extra special and create memorable experiences one bead at a time. Link wants to say happy graduation to all the 2025 graduates. Congratulations. Let's celebrate your graduate with a unique experience. Before they begin the next chapter, give them something more than a party or a check in a card. Give them a moment they will remember and something they can take with them. Don't let this milestone pass. Let the beads tell your story. The summer is also the perfect time for women to spend time together and get a break from the day-to-day. And let's take date night to the next level with a couples connection beading and bonding event. And don't forget to book your own special event to bead and bond while creating your special memories, one bead at a time. Email us at info@areyoulinked.com or call 734-325-9001.
And now we will return to tonight's conversation, Unleashed, the Art of Resilience, with tonight's guest, Dr. VerTongie Bailey Kendrix. Make sure you like and follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this episode with others.
Okay, ladies. So what I was alluding to was that Link did have an autism awareness event, and we were honored that your son Hezekiah came with you to get linked. Please share that experience with us.
Okay, he came to the class and he was very interested in making a bracelet. And I know he loves Sonia, and I know that he likes to be around her because I think he can gravitate and knows that she understands him. So he was so excited to go to this class. He was overjoyed to be in the class. And as we were making the bracelet, he told Sonia, I'm going to make this bracelet, and it's going to be a conversation piece. So at that time, when he told me that, I didn't think he knew what he was talking about. But since he's had that bracelet on, it has become a conversation piece because when we're out and about, people ask him about the bracelet. So he said, well, this is to identify that I have autism and that sometimes I may act up, sometimes I may be calm, sometimes I may be here, and I'm on the spectrum. So that's really been a conversation piece for him. So I'm thinking about having an event where the males can come in and create a bracelet and have the parents come in and create a bracelet because I did not know that was going to be a stopper for him. And he wears it all the time, Sonia.
I love
it. He wears it all the time. And he loves bracelets, and he's always into that bracelet. And I think he made it has autism charms on it. Now, long story short, he used to didn't want to be identified as having autism once he knew what it was. But now he knows the difference and how it's going to help other people. And so now he wears that bracelet and he talks about it. And he shares his story. And he shares his journey.
I love it. I love it. So what you just said has goosebumps for me because Dr. Silent Storm and myself have talked about Linked and Unleashed because that's what we're about to talk about is Unleashed. And we want exactly what you said. You know, it will be the conversation piece, right? What do you see it as, Dr. Silent Storm? I see it as being an opportunity just to share our stories
Right.
right there. What about you?
Absolutely. And it's a piece of a reminder that, we've overcome. Yes, the residue
Yes.
may still be there, but when we look at our bracelet, we know that there's other women like us that have connected. There's other young men like Hezekiah that's, gone through. So it's a way for us to still feel like we're connected and know that we've put some skin in the game and worked and pushed through. So it's a nice reward. There's a lot of people doing different
Yes.
ceremonies of crowns and different things, but ours is a unique thing. It's the bracelet. It's linked. You're
Yes.
beading, you're connecting, and you're getting linked.
And you can wear it, I know
Yes.
I would love to receive a crown, a tiara, but it's not like I would wear it out, on a regular. But that bracelet, I can just see it.
Yes.
It's gonna be an additional piece for my accessory. So I'm excited. I am so excited. And I'm excited to see that. Thank you. Monica has joined the conversation. That's Mona Lisa. Thank you. She says, congratulations on your new series that's Unleashed, and everyone looks beautiful. Thank you. We
Oh, thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Yes.
So speaking of
Thank you
our
so
new
much.
Unleashed,
Yes.
okay, the art of resilience. Oh wow. So I got excited when I saw the title of your chapter. I didn't know that there was an art to resilience, to be honest. I thought you just had to, you became resilient with what you were faced or dealt with. So
Mhm.
without, we're not spilling tea, Dr. VerTongie, but what we are doing is creating the buzz and an excitement about your story. What do you want to just share about your chapter?
Just going to make it brief because I do want everybody to go get the book so that they can read the other stories in there. Um, no matter what obstacle you face, you can always come over it. No matter what journey you can go, the road will get easier. Just keep walking and keep praying and keep trusting God because the journey will start out rocky, but it will get smoother in the journey, and it's a learning experience. So I thank God for that. And having the art of resilience is, well, no matter what you face, knowing how to overcome it with prayer and knowing that God will work it out in His time and in His time.
Amen. And a
So I
question
had
for you.
challenges, a lot of
Yeah.
challenges.
So, Doc, do you remember how you got your actual title? Because it was a little challenging for Dr. Sonia to remember. Do you remember how your title came about?
Oh, I think we have a little
Oh,
bit of technical
yes.
difficulty. But while she's coming back, what we will do is we'll share her quote. It says, "My struggle became my strength in order to paint my son's brick road blue."
Mm-hmm.
Now, for those of you who don't know, one of the primary colors for autism is blue. Even though they do four primary typical, you'll see the red, you'll see the blue, the yellow, and the green. The primary color is blue. So I love that quote. And we do have her
Yes.
back. So
Awesome.
welcome back. Did you hear Dr. Silent Storm's question? So I love that quote. And we do have her back. So
I didn't hear most of the question because it kept going in.
did you hear
So I
Dr.
was
Silent
asking,
Storm's question?
I heard some of it.
do you recall how your title came about for your book?
Um, because it was a journey and it was my testimony.
Well, good enough answer. Amen.
Well, okay, so then my question is did everybody had to answer a number though, right?
They did, yes.
Yes.
So what was interesting though is we started out as 25 authors and now, we're at 16. So you can imagine the last 7 months of me bobbing and weaving and
Mm-hmm.
adjusting and taking away. So the numbers have shifted, but the titles have stayed the same.
Right. And I must say, for me, God's hand is on this. As a
Yes.
child, I had 3 favorite numbers, and I don't know where they came from, but they were always like my favorite numbers. I liked how they looked.
Oh
They
my
just
goodness, you do that too? I have a thing with 8s and 9s because they're feminine.
Okay, so my favorite has always been 3, 6, and 12.
Okay.
And so I don't know.
You're not gonna.
Being really young. So I think the first one I chose was 6. That was the number that I chose was 6. And then so when I got my title, I was like, oh, okay. And now with all the shifting and changing, my chapter number has changed, but it's 3.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, I'm getting exactly from childhood. These have been my favorite numbers.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah,
Really,
God is
And you're not
definitely in
gonna.
control of this book.
You're not
yeah.
gonna believe this, but 19 is actually Hezekiah's birthday. His birthday is tomorrow, June 19th.
Oh, wow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yes, happy
Okay.
birthday.
That's awesome. Now, so
Yeah, it is.
we put your quote on. I'm gonna put it up again. I
I
said
saw
it,
it.
but I want you to tell us then, why does your quote, where did it come from, and why does it, obviously I believe I know why it resonates with you, but I don't want to just assume. So just let us know where it comes from and why it resonates with you.
It resonates with me, that quote I give, because it was truly a journey in raising Hezekiah, having another baby. So motherhood is a learning experience anyway. But it became my strength. My struggle became my strength to manage to raise both boys, knowing one that wasn't on the spectrum and one that was on the spectrum. So my struggle in that journey became my strength to raise both and to know that all will be well. And know that my son one day he would go from nonverbal and neurotic to being an advocate. So I had hope and faith. Because you can't testify to anything you haven't been tested on. So I
Mm.
just thank God for that journey, and my journey now is helping other moms and other educators.
Can you say that one more time? That quote, I mean, not the quote, but you say you
Okay.
can't be tested. Oh,
You cannot be tested on on some. You can't have a testimony on something that you have not been tested on.
I love it. You can't have a testimony on something you haven't been tested on.
Hmm.
And so a lot of us, we don't want to test.
We just want the testimony.
I don't want to test all the time.
I don't want any more tests, especially not in regards to this book. I've been tested and tried and woo.
Right?
It's another book that's coming. Let me just say that from birthing this
Yay!
book.
Okay, so ladies, we're going to take a short break so we can recognize another supporting business of our show, and we'll be right back.
Tranquility Christian Counseling offers individual counseling, couples counseling, group therapy, and much more. Focused on the mind, body, and spirit, they are committed to offering services that meet the needs of the community towards providing healing. They address grief and loss by having group sessions, they break down walls with their retreats, offer life coaching, and provide workshops for education, but more importantly for healing and more. For more information, you can contact them at 248-494-4578.
And now we will return to tonight's conversation, Unleashed, the Art of Resilience, with tonight's guest, Dr. VerTongie Bailey Kendrix. Make sure you like and follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this episode with others.
Okay, ladies, we're back.
We're back.
So,
Yay!
Dr. Batanji, I shared how when I first saw our cover, the impact that it gave me just looking at. So, as one of my fellow co-authors of this anthology, when you first seen the cover, what was your thoughts?
When I first saw the cover for Unleashed, I was like, "Oh my God, this is my life! All the chains are falling and breaking, so that I can put that crown on my head and it can say adjusted."
I love it, and it does show that. Dr. Chief Silent Storm, we talked about it when you on your conversation
Yes.
about how it captured exactly what you visualized. So
It
for those who
Mm-hmm.
might not have seen it, just give us a tidbit of that.
Yeah, so it actually was a mistake. I wanted the crown concept, but I wanted rubies, and I wanted at least 25 women to be under the chains, but obviously it probably wouldn't have fit. But when the illustrator sent it back, I was like, huh, I really like that, because our journey is not together, it's by itself, ourselves. So it depicted it a lot better. And I do believe in things not being coincidental. So I just, with my indigenous background, it's turquoise, so the gems stayed. And I absolutely love it now. And it just kind of gave new meaning to the book Unleashed, and kind of surrendering to the process in its entirety. So not having full reign over even the cover, it's just more special now, because like I said, our journeys were by ourselves, and now we're together. But I think it captured what we're doing very well. And those that have been doing the interviews, I start off our song with Break Every Chain. So that's kind of our anthem as well.
Yes, yes. And I know if you look at that woman, I think, like you said, it might have been too busy with a lot of them, but it lets you kind of see yourself in that silhouette. The readers, when
Mhm.
they pick it up, they could see themselves in that silhouette, and how you just kind of, I mean, the whole imagery of the person just being like removed from all of those things that might have you bound. And I just really truly love it. It is a beautiful cover. I'm excited. I'm excited to
Yes,
have
it
it in my
is.
hand and everything.
Yes. Yes.
So, Dr. Vertanji, part of who you are is being a mom to two young, amazing men. One happened to be on the spectrum, one's not. A wife, an educator, and so many different hats. What would you say you would want people to know about you outside of your roles and titles? And then,
That I am a that I am a woman of God, a woman of integrity, a woman that wants the community to build, a faith-based woman. I want people to know that with all things, everything that you do is possible. Everything that you do is to the glory of God. So I want my work to be not in vain, but to give glory to God, because I am a God-fearing woman, and and I like to have fun uh, in a Christian way, but also I'm serious about my life and being an example to others and educating other mothers.
I love it.
Yes.
So this kind of piggybacks up on it, because I know I have, over the years, people have had misconceptions about me as a person, and or the work that I do, you know. And it's not necessary that you always have to, but because we have an opportunity in this platform to do so, are there any misconceptions that you have heard or that you believe people may have about you and the work that you do, so that they can authentically actually know you? You know?
Okay, so I think I heard one young lady said, because so you know me, I'm a background person. I like to be in the background. So I did hear one young lady. She said, "Over time she's out here, she's receiving all these awards, but I'm not doing this to have be famous. I'm not doing this to be known. I am truly doing this because I was a mother that struggled really hard to get resources to get help for my son. So I just want to be that mom that helps other moms that help the community. This is not about name, fortune, or anything. This is about really bridging the gaps in the community, bringing the resources together, because as I see as an educator and as a minister in the church, I see that the numbers are increasing. There are more children being born with disabilities. So I just want to let people know I am here to do the work, boots on the ground, grassroots, all of it, to make sure our kids are getting what they need and to make sure that mother does not feel like she's alone.
You
So
know
this is
what?
not about, to me, this is not about fame or fortune.
Right. Go ahead, Chusa, because I
I
know.
was so yes, like I shared last time, there's been a lot of misconceptions about myself, and they'll judge the exterior, but when people get to know me, they're like, oh, it's nothing what I thought. And so I just love that we're like-minded, we've attracted our tribe. And
Hmm.
it just works. We're a group that we're all powerful in our right, and we don't take away
Hmm.
from each other. We enhance each other. And I love that we get to share and be vulnerable and truly embrace each other as women. That was so important in our morning call, that we put all this stuff aside. It got petty, time to time, but I think for the most part, everyone kind of weaned out, that wasn't supposed to be a part, and we
Mhm.
carried on and we set the tone. And now it's grown into something much, much more. Now it's a whole movement, and it's beautiful.
and and it was organic. That's the
Organized,
thing too.
totally.
If Dr. V,
Amen.
if you were doing this to try to get an awards, to try to get some accolades, you would be exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
You really, that's what people don't understand. If you're chasing after something for the wrong reason, you're going to get exhausted.
Yes.
When
And
you're
it was a year
organic,
and 7 months that I was getting up at 6:30, and it wasn't just a normal prayer call. I was presenting full presentation slides with music and
Right.
themes, and
right?
I only maybe got tops 30 minutes in the morning. God wouldn't allow me to prepare it at the nighttime. I might have had 10 or 5 minutes. Y'all would never know
Exactly. It was
Uh-uh.
it.
organically done, and because it's purposeful. It was an assignment.
Mhm.
And we always,
Right.
sometimes, like you said earlier, as a mom, like, why me? Why my child? Why this? Why that? Why
Right.
not you? Because this is your assignment, and God
Yes.
equips you with everything you need for the assignment. Sometimes it just takes us right a little longer to understand that and to recognize that, but you are doing it because it's your assignment. And like you said, you're just the mom, a
Mhm.
mom who recognized you needed help, resource, and you wanted to be
Yes.
positioned
Hmm.
to help other people. And not everybody who has a child on the spectrum or other disabilities even has the energy to want to be able to help others, because they really just feel like they just are consumed with just trying to get through the day to day with their own, children. And for me, I was just trying to be the best and understand what my son
Hmm.
was going through. I didn't even think about advocacy for other people like me, because it was like I didn't know anybody
Mhm.
like me, to be honest. It was like, where are the other African American parents out here with sons? But I am so glad that it's people like you who are more vocal about it,
Yes.
so that we do have that awareness. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. I think by me being an educator, I probably saw a little bit more, and me being an advocate in the work. So I was doing the work before I had Hezekiah. But when I had Hezekiah, it became personal.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, got you. And that personal thing is something different, because this is what Unleashed is. Unleashed is
Hmm.
why it's going to
Mm.
be so impactful is because it
Right.
is very personal. Our
Yes.
stories are our personal, very personal stories.
And this is just the first one.
So, according to Dr. Chief Silas Storm, you are officially an unleashed woman. So, I need you ladies to
Yeah.
elaborate on what this means right here.
She's so sneaky.
This
I
is
guess for I guess for me, I am truly a background person. Anybody knows me, I'm kind of shy to the camera, shy to pictures. I think Chief Silent Storm, she picked that up. I don't like taking pictures. I just like to be in the background, truly doing the work, because
Yes.
God put me to be boots on the ground. I'm not really a show out front person, but by me being unleashed, I know that God has ordained me to help other parents, to even help ministry understand that we need to address it. And sometimes just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Mhm.
So I really believe that God has put me in a position to help other ministers understand that we have people in our congregations that are dealing with kids and that are dealing with mental issues that they don't want to address and that they're afraid to come to forefront. So I thank God that I'm unleashed to be able to help other people. And I guess this being unleashed has truly pushed me to the front. But so you know, it's me. I like to be in the back.
Mhm.
I
I
do.
like to be in the back. I like to be in.
Yes. And it was a push. It was a push for many of the authors to, one, hand in their stories, or two, to actually follow through with the photo shoot. And it was very specific on how I was given the visuals of this project. And I know it sounds simple to have a photo shoot, but it was much more than that. It was wearing red for some was a major thing, because now you're putting attention to yourself, right? And then I requested red
Yes.
lipstick, and so we're center stage, but it was just how God gave it to me, and I had to walk it out and be obedient. And some were probably perturbed with me because they didn't have time to go out and get a photo shoot, or they had selfies, but it was very specific that we had to look unified. Even with the first interview, it didn't work out to be the video. So I decided it should be in sync and everyone do audio in sync. So just like with the photo shoot, if you didn't participate in that, then there's not as much marketing pieces like that because it was very specific how it was given. It's a process.
Yes. And
Amen.
I'm going to tell you, on this black and white, that red pops.
Yes, it
It
does. And
It
looks
she looks
did.
so beautiful.
beautiful. Yes. And for you, Dr. V, I don't know if this came to yourself, this pose, or if the photographer guided it, but it just says it all to me, and how
Yeah.
it captured you, just like I'm like you unleashed,
You're
and you're
unleashed.
right. It just is a powerful picture
It,
I
altogether.
it,
think that pause came accidentally because I was like, okay, you want me to pause like this?
And what's funny is I didn't wait for her to authorize her photos. I I picked it and I posted it almost immediately, and she woke up to seeing it, and I was just like, I
I was
really
like, oh my God, that was
so
cute. I liked
beautiful.
it.
Yes, and one thing I want to point out, because it might be too small for the viewers to see, is that part of this says embrace every journey ahead. Trust in your inner strength. Who
Yes.
likes to elaborate on what you that means to you?
Mhm.
Um, I'll go. Let me say. As a mom, I had one son that that was an, as a mom, you're an experiment. But I guess as I went on, I learned that I have inner strength that I didn't think I would have to raise a child that was different. And sometimes it still pulls on me, but I know God got me in this. So I found strength that I didn't know. I found strength in public speaking about it, and I found strength in everything that does not need to be swept in the rug. Because I was a private person, but people would see me out with my baby, and I had to explain to him he had autism, and that led to other conversations. So it brought me to the front, knowing that now I can talk, I can be out front. I don't have to be in the back, even though I want to go back to the back. So it's just let me know I have the strength through prayer that it can be done, and it will help other people. And I am so thankful. She just does not know how thankful I am to her for
A
her
pleasure.
helping me with this,
Amen. A
pushing me.
pleasure. All glory to God. It was a
Amen.
gentle push. Well, maybe.
I
It
think it was
was
a general push, because it's a push that you don't even realize you're being pushed.
Okay,
a,
that's
mm-mm.
fair. That's fair. And for me, I spoke on, I started in the cosmetic world, and reluctantly my mother was always like, you need to do this and women will gravitate to buying makeup from you and this and that. And I was like, would I have to speak? And she said yes, and I would say no, no thank you. I was sick for every public speaking engagement. I didn't want to be the forefront, but when I surrendered to God, he began to transform me. And so now, had I not found my voice, most of the women on Unleash probably wouldn't have found their voices. So it's so important for us to find that courage within. And so everything I do is become fearless, because I was everything but fearless. And so, but today I
Yeah.
can say I rewrote that story. I became her, and now I am fearless. And I want to help others to become fearless as well. And I feel like it's going to be more than just women, but right now we're focused on the women. But because my
Yeah.
background is with the veterans, which is ironic because I was like, God, I thought it was women I was coaching, and you sent me a whole army of, I prayed for an army of support, and he literally sent me an army of veterans to help. So I'm just
Well,
thankful for God's grace and glory and transformation on all of us, because it's so obvious for me to look in on hindsight of where the both of you have even come from to where we are now. It's a great transformation in this time that we've spent together.
yes. And I was saying the time we spent together that I've seen the same thing within you.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Even though when we first met, I wouldn't even know your story at all until you start
Right.
sharing. But then to even see how that has lent to the strength that you carry now, and I believe it's the energies too
Yes.
that from this piece you're going to feel the energies as a reader, and you're going to resonate with pieces of everyone's story, so it should actually impact you in a totality way, that if you have this area, it will be touched on. And even if you don't have something, give it time. I always say, we all walking down the path of
yes.
similarities. It's
Mhm.
unique in our path, but you can always get some type of thing where you can go back to it, like, let me reread this because it seems like I remember someone had a story. How did they overcome it? It might not have been my story at that time, but now as I got older, I'm experiencing this, and that's why we appreciate wisdom from people, right? Because we
Yes.
might personally not have gone through that yet, but as we continue to live and continue to walk, we might go down that path.
Absolutely, yes.
So as we proceed, can you believe it? We are getting towards our end, but as we proceed to our next segment, we're going to take yet one more break to recognize some of our supporting feature businesses. So we'll be right back.
Get to know Bob says thank you to our community supporters who support our shows. Please mark your calendars for these upcoming events within our community.
Married versus Single Live weekend event at Put-in Bay, Ohio. Be a part of the debate. Friday, June 27th through Sunday, June 30th. Register on Eventbrite.
It's BUF of Michigan's 55-year anniversary. High five to 55. BUF's second annual Black History Awards. Come celebrate excellence, legacy, and community impact. Thursday, June 19th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Morena Event Center, 23632 Plymouth Road, Redford Township. We are having a white party celebrating Black excellence.
Autistic Out Loud, mental health and well-being through finding acceptance, addressing unique stressors at the intersection of race and neurodiversity and the power of acceptance. Wednesday, June 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the panel is Maria Davis-Pierre, Morgan J., Dr. VerTongie Kendrix-Bailey, and Tiara L. Moultrie. This is a free webinar, but registration is required.
And now we will return to tonight's conversation, Unleashed, the Art of Resilience, with tonight's guest, Dr. VerTongie Bailey Kendrix. Make sure you like and follow us on social media, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share this episode with others.
Okay, Dr. VerTongie, did she step away?
I'm
Oh, there we
here.
go. Okay. So in the segment of events coming up, we noticed that you have, it says Autistic Out Loud coming Wednesday, June 25th.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about it. But thank you for the. I got to put it on my calendar. So
Oh my
I was
goodness.
invited to be, because I do so many things in the community, and I think I was requested to be on this by several different people. So we were talking about our experiences as mothers, our experiences as educators. I am truly a community advocate. So I'm boots on the ground. So I have four roles in this. I am a mother, an educator, an advocate, and a community activist, and also a minister. So
So I noticed
I
that
was.
this is a virtual event and registration is still required. So is this open to anyone, or is it
It's
geared
just open to
towards?
anyone. And you know what? I'm going to encourage everyone, because you never know who you're encountering. I'm going to encourage everyone to hop on, because you may be in a store and see someone that's acting out and may not know they have autism or other disabilities. So I encourage all the community to hop on, because at some point in time, we will encounter someone that's cognitively impaired or have autism and not even know it. So that way we can learn how to handle those persons, young adults and children. So my thing is, I want everyone to hop on in the community. Ministers, teachers, police officers, grandparents, neighbors, friends. Please invite everyone because this is going to be an educational event and family.
I love it. I love it. Now, one other thing that I'm going to make sure people are aware of, you're part of the Spectrum Talk podcast on
Yes,
Sundays. So share
yes.
a little bit about that.
That podcast became with my business partner, Dice Clark. Thank God for that platform. Shout out to Mason and Angie Starr for encouraging Dice and myself to start the podcast, to start the community conversation because it's much needed. So then we brought on two co-hosts, Bree and Mike. We are revamping at this time, but this community conversations is needed. And so we have people that come on that are community doctors, psychiatrists, teachers, special ed teachers, ABA therapists, moms, parents, ministers, politicians come on so that we can educate the community. So please tune in every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. And if you have questions or would like to be a guest, please reach out to me, myself, Dr. VerTongie Kendrix-Bailey, or Dice Clark.
I love it. I love it. And I just want to say one comment from our community events. We have one of the people who are putting on the event make a comment to say she appreciate us mentioning her June event, and that is for the single versus married at Put-in Bay. It's going to be a fun weekend away. So thank you for your support, Mona Lisa. And guys, make sure you always, she does amazing getaway events. So make sure that you always on the lookout because we support her tremendously on this platform because she supports us as well. Now, can you ladies believe we are like in the last, I think, 6 minutes of the show? And this
Yes,
hour goes by so fast, right?
it does.
So from each of you, and I can share as well, the question of what keeps you encouraged. I want them to say what book is currently on your nightstand or that you have recently read or highly recommend reading. And then, of course, share how we can connect with you and get in touch with you.
So I'm going to repeat myself. It's the Bible, and I have a woman's devotional that I read. But now the latest one that I'm reading is Unleashed. So that drops on the 27th, which is actually my birthday. We will be launching it officially ebook, and we have a contest going to hit best-selling author. So we need at least 10 of each of us to purchase the ebook copy on the 27th, starting at noon. And yeah, so that's my latest on my bedstand there. The manuscript at least. And I'm just so thankful for this platform. And what was the other question?
What keeps you encouraged?
God.
Mm.
Yes, same answer. Definitely. And now my tribe. Y'all hold me accountable.
Awesome.
Yes.
Dr. V.
So the book that's on currently in my nightstand that I read daily is my Sunday school book and the Bible, what keeps me motivated are my children and the community and my tribe. I'm thankful for that. And you can reach me. My platforms are Hezekiah Kids Group. Please join that group. Or Instagram, Dr. Vertangi, or Facebook, Dr. Vertangi Kendrix-Bailey. And I'm very thankful for having this opportunity. And thank you, Chief Silent Storm, for unleashing me to tell my story. More is to come.
Amen. More to come. Yes. And you can find me on social media. TikTok is Dr. Chief Silent Storm. And Facebook is Fearless Girl Boss, Fearless Elevation, and Fearless Minds is the ministry. And fearlessgirlboss.com is the website.
I love it. I love it. So what keeps me encouraged? God, of course, but then I would say my family, and family to me is the ones who I've been born into, DNA connected, and the ones that God has placed around me. So yes, we can call you family, you call me tribe, we can call you sister circle, we can call it a whole lot of things, but wherever there's love and growth, that what keeps me encouraged, because there has been days in which that prayer line was needed even when I was silent, but it helped turn things around, the encouragement that is shared. You can, what book? Of course, my Bible is there too. But I have it right now is Don't Give the Enemy a Seat at Your Table. I am starting to reread that one. It is a walk through Psalms 23. And a lot of times we give the devil too much credit. We let him come in and sit at our table. We have the power to say, you're not welcome anymore. So I definitely think that is one that people should add to their collection. You can find me on social media platforms. I'm on most of them, either Sonia Weaver or Deals with Bob. And you can find linked on social media on Facebook and Instagram as well. And I want to say thank you to Dr. Sharon for joining us in the conversation. She said, great job, ladies. Thank you just for being a part of our conversation. Now we're going to be having her come on soon too. We're in tea time, and I'm gonna make this really, really quick. But yes, we are bringing on all of the amazing women. One bit of tea that I'm gonna drop. Dr. Silent Storm already dropped it a little bit. Is that I am one of the honored elevation coaches. So that's a little tea I wanted to spill and drop, and I am so honored to be a part of it. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Additionally, we have conversations coming. So I want you guys to just take the sneak peek. I think I had the wrong thing playing. Yes, I do. Here we go. So as I indicated, we are going to be having conversations with the amazing women of this book anthology. And you guys, you see that red just pops. It just pops.
Yeah, it does.
It is beautiful. Our next conversation that is coming up will be with the phenomenal Dr. LaShonda Warford. Did I say that right? Warford? Woodford. Dr. LaShonda Woodford, who is an award-winning author, a coach, a mentor, entrepreneur, so many different hats. But this is going to be our next conversation next Wednesday, June 25th. So mark your calendars. Those who are watching, come back. We want to see you come back and support, and then share this with other people. Please, please, please share this with other people. And if you have not already done so, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. It is Deals with Bob. Click the subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the further reach we will have of these phenomenal conversations. And of course, that's what we desire to have. Now, as we end up and wrap up our conversation, is there any additional comments that you would like to share before we go? And I'm going to start off with you, Dr. VerTongie.
Just enjoy your day. Know that God, you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Stay positive, stay empowered, and stay loved, and be faithful to what God has called you to do.
Amen.
Yes, amen.
Doc, what about you?
I would just say stay tuned for Unleash 2026. And if you need a tribe, we're here. Fearless Elevation. And there's more to come that these ladies don't even know yet. But God is so good, and just stay tuned, stay connected. Don't feel like you have to do this alone. You don't. We invite you at our table that we built for women like you.
Awesome. And I want to just thank you both for being part of this conversation this evening. Of course, I could not do this without you being willing to be here. I want to thank those who have watched and supported with comments throughout the show. Thank you. Again, yes, please share it with others. I am Dr. Sonia Weaver. I encourage you to spend with purpose. Get that Unleash book because your money matters, and deal with Bob. we will definitely get to see you guys next week. Have a great
Yes.
week until then. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.